And I'm pretty sure Slim Coulter doesn't come back until after you finish the Landsmeet, so that's the one side quest that you can't complete.
Dwarven Craft.
Welcome back.
Waiting.
Is there something else you'd like to look at?
The Irregulars thank you.
And that's it for the Blackstone Irregulars. So let's go report back to Arlene about the alien hitch.
Dwarven Crafts. Find Dwarven Crafts. Direct from Orzammar.
Oh, but Alistair. There's a gift we can give him that'll trigger a cutscene.
This shield. It's Duncan's, isn't it? That's his crest. Thank you. Truly, I had no idea his shield wasn't with him. This is perfect. I don't know how else to express my gratitude. This means a great deal to me. I can't believe you remembered it at all. I'll treasure this. Thank you.
Aww. So, let's see. So, it's time to call the Landsmeet. We did pretty much everything we can.
Ah, there you are. I was about to send out a search party. I've been hearing of a great commotion in the alienage. What exactly happened there? Make her forgive me. I should be appalled that such a thing could exist here. But I'm overjoyed you can implicate Loghain. We must end the civil war quickly. What the Blight does not corrupt in this land, politics surely will. The last of our allies have arrived in the city. We cannot delay any longer. I will call for the Landsmeet to convene. Bring Alistair and join me at the palace as soon as you are ready, Warden.
Yeah. Anybody else? No. Okay, I guess let's head for the palace. Hopefully we did everything we could. I'm pretty sure we're gonna win the Landsmeet at this point.
Yes.
Pretty sure we've got the Landsmeet in the bag right now. Because it is possible to lose the Landsmeet. Either if you didn't do any side quests, or you lose the debate, because you are. Part of it is debate.
Warden, I am not surprised it has come to this. And Alistair, if you were even remotely worthy of being called Marik's son, you would already be in the Landsmeet, now wouldn't you? You have torn Ferelden apart to oppose the very man who ensured you were born into freedom. But do not think you will get past me to desecrate the Landsmeet itself. The nobles of Ferelden will confirm my lord as regent, and we can finally put this to rest once you are gone. You say that with such righteousness. Loghain used to have that ring in his voice. He has not sounded that way in many months now. It is not so clear an enemy when it is your own people you fight. What was he supposed to do? You and Eamon were harassing him at every side, forcing him to empty the treasury to fight you. He never wanted a civil war. After Kaelin died, everyone was supposed to rally, come together to fight the Darkspawn without crying to Orlais for aid. He never anticipated Neric's bastard would challenge the throne and force this war. You think war is simple, don't you, Warden? You only fight monsters. No one sheds a tear over the death of an ogre. Torture is an ugly business. But sometimes it's the only way to learn what your enemy intends. And it is much harder to tell who the enemy is when all of them look like you. Kaelin was a fool. He grew up a spoiled child in his ancestors' palace. He never knew what it was to be hunted, to starve. Maybe the Grey Wardens killed him, or maybe my lord let him die of his own foolishness. Either way, it may have saved Ferelden. I can end the threat you pose to Ferelden. To arms, men!
Very well.
I hope to avoid combat with her, but alas.
Yes. Oh, thank you.
This is a waste of time!
No mercy.
Guys, cover.
Not so fast.
You shall not touch me! Of course. It will be done. You want to die, don't you? There is no hope for you now! As you shall.
I hope I don't get blood all over me again.
Die! Now you see true power!
Watch it!
Yes.
I mean, yeah, unfortunately, you know, it is possible to get her to stand aside and convince her that Loghain needs to be stopped for the good of Ferelden, but the persuade option is bugged because it, for some reason, it checks for poison.
Of
making
course.
it cunning or the persuasion skill.
Yes.
And yeah. But intimidate works against her, but then if you say the wrong thing, you still have to fight her.
My lords and ladies of the Landsmeet, Tyrn Loghain would have us give up our freedoms, our traditions, out of fear. He placed us on this path, yet we should place our destiny in his hands? Must we sacrifice everything good about our nation to save it?
A fine performance, Aemon. But no one here is taken in by it. You would attempt to put a puppet on the throne, and every soul here knows it. The better question is who will pull the strings. Ah! Here we have the puppeteer. Tell us, Warden, how will the Orlesians take our nation from us? Will they deign to send their troops, or simply issue their commands through this would-be prince? How much Ferelden blood does Orlesian gold buy these days?
There are enough refugees in Mybanor now to make that abundantly clear.
The South has fallen, Loghain. Will you let Darkspawn take the whole country for fear of Orlais?
The Blight is indeed real, Wolf. But do we need Grey Wardens to fight it? They claim that they alone can end the Blight, yet they failed spectacularly against the Darkspawn at Ostagar. And they asked to bring with them 4 legions of Chevaliers. And once we open our borders to the Chevaliers, can we really expect them to simply return from whence they came?
He does have a good point there.
What's this? There is no slavery in Ferelden. Explain yourself.
There is no saving the alienage. Damage from the riots has yet to be repaired. There are bodies still rotting in their homes. It is not a place I would send my worst enemy. There is no chance of holding it if the Blight comes here. Despite what you may think, Warden, I have done my duty. Whatever my regrets may be for the elves, I have done what was needed for the good of Ferelden. I assure you, Warden, if I were going to send someone, it would be my own soldiers. I would not trust to the discretion of an apostate.
Indeed, my brother tells a very different tale. He says you snatched a blood mage from the Chantry's justice. Coincidence?
Do not think the Chantry will overlook this, Terran Loghain. Interference in a Templar's sacred duties is an offense against the Maker.
Whatever I have done, I will answer for later. At the moment, however, I wish to know what this Warden has done with my daughter.
Sorry, Joan, I kinda... Honestly, Birch wants to say, Chantry justice? You know nothing about justice. I saved my best friend from your cruelty and let him go free, because he deserves freedom. But he kind of realized that, something like that is good leverage against Loghain.
You took my daughter, our queen, by force, killing her guards in the process. What arts have you employed to keep her? Does she even still live?
I believe I can speak for myself. Lords and ladies of Ferelden, hear me. My father is no longer the man you know. This man is not the hero of Riverdale. Troops aside and refused to protect your king as he fought bravely against the Darkspawn. This man seized Kaelin's throne before his body was cold and locked me away so I could not reveal his treachery. I would have already been killed. if not for this Grey Warden.
So, the Warden's influence has poisoned even your mind, Enora. I wanted to protect you from this. My lords and ladies! Our land has been threatened before! It's been invaded and lost and won times beyond counting. We Fereldans have proven that we will never truly be conquered so long as we are united. We must not let ourselves be divided now. Stand with me, and we shall defeat even the Blight itself!
Southreach stands with the Grey Wardens.
The Warden helped me personally in a family matter.
Waking Sea stands with the Grey Warden.
Dragon's Peak supports the Warden!
The Western Hills throw their lot in with the Wardens. Make her help us.
I stand by Loghain. We've no hope of victory otherwise.
I stand with the Warden. The Blight is coming. We need the Grey Wardens.
And we won. Because, yeah, it is possible to lose the Landsmeet and then you have to fight everybody. Ha! You lose.
Traitors! Which of you stood against the Orlesian Emperor when his troops flattened your fields and raped your wives? You fought with us once, Eamon. You cared about this land once. Before you got too old and fat and content to even see what you risk. None of you deserve a say in what happens here. None of you have spilled blood for this land the way I have. How dare you judge me?
Honestly, it's like, Birch is thinking, Sigurd thinking to himself, yeah, you call him out, Loghain. Because he does not like Eamon at this point.
Then, let us end this. I suppose we both knew it would come to this. A man is made by the quality of his enemies. Marek told me that once. I wonder if it's more a compliment to you or me. Enough! Let the Landsmeet declare the terms of the duel.
It shall be fought according to tradition. A test of arms, in single combat until one party yields. And we, who are assembled, will abide by the outcome.
Will you face me yourself, or have you a champion?
I'll have my dog fight you.
Warden, no. I'm afraid we can't leave the fate of all Ferelden up to your dog. Anyone with a leftover ham bone could buy his allegiance. Choose someone else.
What kind of Ferelden are you? Saying a dog can't fight for honor, and claiming that he can be won over with treats and bones. It's like, Birch is like, oh, alright, I'll fight.
It is you or me the men will follow. So, let us fight for it. Prepare yourself.
We will need to fight shortly.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Wonderful.
Of course.
Well done.
Ow.
Wonderful.
Very well.
By Marek and the Maker! I underestimated you, Warden. I thought you were like Kalen, a child wanting to play at war. I was wrong. There's a strength in you that I have not seen anywhere since Marek died. I yield.
Wait, there is another option. The Taean is a warrior and general of renown. Let him be of use. Let him go through the joining. There are 3 of us in all of Ferelden, and there are compelling reasons to have as many wardens on hand as possible to deal with the Archdemon.
The joining itself is often fatal, is it not? If he survives, you gain a general. If not, you have your revenge. Doesn't that satisfy you?
Absolutely not! Riordan, this man abandoned our brothers and then blamed us for the deed. He hunted us down like animals. He tortured you! How can we simply forget that?
And yeah, at this point, you can choose to have Logain go through the joining and make him a Grey Warden, and after that, he will actually become a party member for you. But it comes at the cost of Alistair, because Alistair refuses to forgive him, so if you recruit Logain, then Alistair leaves. And if you didn't do anything right with him, then he pretty much wanders off to become a drunk. Or he leaves you to immediately become the king, but yeah, Birch is not feeling very forgiving towards Logain for everything he's done, and he cares about Alistair too much, because he knows how much Duncan meant to him.
You can't do this. My father may have been wrong, but he is still a hero to the people.
Honora. Hush. It's over.
Stop treating me like a child. This is serious.
Daughters never grow up, Honora. They remain 6 years old with pigtails and skinned knees forever.
Father.
Just make it quick, Warden. I can face the Maker knowing that Ferelden is in your hands.
And if you have Alistair duel Logain, then there's no debate. He immediately executes Logain right then and there. But having Alistair execute Logain pretty much prevents him from marrying Honora, because Honora is not going to want to marry her father's killer. And plus, I think there's a bug where it's like, if you have Alistair do it, then he's immediately declared king without Honora.
So it is decided. Alistair will take his father's throne.
Wait, what? No! When did this get decided? Nobody's decided that. Have they?
So much for our plan to rule together. If Alistair would rather not have the throne, I am more than willing to take it.
I hardly think you're the appropriate person to mediate this, Honora. Warden, will you help us? As the arbiter of this dispute, what is your decision? Who will lead Ferelden?
We do. I believe this is what King Merrick wanted. To see his blood tied to my father's to begin a new line of Ferelden kings.
But I did swear an oath. What I mean is, I'm all for founding a new line of kings. But, well, there's the Blight.
What the king is trying to say, my lords and ladies, is that he will be taking the field with his fellow Grey Warden to do battle with the Archdemon.
Yes. That.
Until then, I shall stay in Denerim and rule in my husband's absence, as I did for Kaelin. But I trust Alistair shall reach a more heroic ending.
My fellow Grey Warden will, I hope, take Logain's place as the leader of my armies. Shall we finish this thing together? Everyone, get ready to march! It's going to take all of Ferelden's strength to survive this blight. But we will face it, and we'll defeat it!
Ferelden is depending on you all.
You made me king. After all this is over with, they're actually going to put me on the throne. I'm going to be the king. I think I would have been furious at you once. But since our talk after seeing my sister, well, I suppose this might not be such a bad thing. This was always a possibility. I always feared it, but maybe there's nothing to fear. I might actually make a good king. You never know. I tell you what, though. I'll make a far better king if I have the right people by my side to help me once I'm on the throne. People like you. Good. Then it's settled. Arleman has left for Redcliffe. He says the army has gathered there and is almost ready to march. As soon as we're ready, we should head to Redcliffe ourselves. The Blight awaits, right?
Yeah. After this point, Redcliffe becomes the point of no return. So anything you want to do before you head to Redcliffe, you should do.